Hello everyone, welcome to YouTube classes of Unique World Education UAE. So my name is Mohammed Sabit. Here I am working as senior mathematics faculty. So today we are going to discuss few important, that is JEE Mains previous year question from the topic trigonometric function from grade 11 mathematics. Okay, so let's discuss the questions one by one. Okay, so the first question is, it's a recent year 2024 paper, April 8th paper question. If sin x equal to minus 3 by 5, where x belongs to pi to 3 pi by 2 interval, then find the value of 80 into tan square x minus cos x. It's very easy question, basic question, board level question only. So we can start. Okay, so this function, the sin x equal to minus 3 by 5 function is lying from pi to 3 pi by 2. Pi means 180, that we know. 3 pi by 2 means 270. So it is lying from 180 to 270 means it will be definitely in third quadrant, right? So if a function is in third quadrant, we know we are having four quadrants, and sign of that in different quadrants, that also we know already. So here we are having 0, 0, this is pi by 2, then here I am having pi, then here I am having 3 pi by 2, and this is my 2 pi. Okay, so this is our first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, and this one is our third quadrant, and here I am having fourth quadrant. Okay, so we know in the first quadrant all trigonometric functions are positive. In the second quadrant, sine is positive. If sine is positive, definitely the reciprocal of sine, cosec function, also will be positive. In third quadrant, tan and reciprocal of tan, cot functions will be positive. And in fourth quadrant, cos and reciprocal of cos, that is sec function, is positive. So we can remember this quadrant and functions by many shortcut words and frames. So how I learned this thing after school to college. Okay, after A stands for A, after, and school stands for S, and two it's for T, and college it stands for C. Okay, so after school to college, if I am remembering, after all, sine is school, tan is 2, and cos is for college. Okay, so if we are remembering this thing, and in the function is lying from pi to 3 pi by 2 means it is lying on the third quadrant. So if I am observing this thing, I can easily define the remaining functions. So sin x is minus 3 by 5, sin x equal to minus 3 by 5. So let's draw a triangular, right triangle, and find the remaining ratios. Basically it's not required, as you know 3, 4 and 5 are the Pythagorean triplets. Okay, so if I am drawing a triangle, if you want, let me start by drawing a triangle. Let's take this x. So sine definition we know, opposite divided by hypotenuse. So this will be 3, this will be 5, then adjacent side definitely it will be 4. All right, now we want to find the value of tan square x minus cos x. Why I am not taking the sine I will take later by after doing all these operations. Okay, so tan x, that we know, tan x will be equal to opposite divided by adjacent, that we know. Opposite by hypotenuse is sine, adjacent by hypotenuse is cos, then opposite by adjacent will be tan. So tan x value we know, that will be equal to 3 by 4. So but the problem here, what we know, tan, the function is lying on the third interval. So if I am observing the third interval, tan is positive. So let me keep with this 3 by 4. There is no need of changing the sign. All right, then cos x functions we have to find here. So cos x will be equal to adjacent divided by hypotenuse. So adjacent is 4, hypotenuse is 5. So adjacent by hypotenuse I will get 4 by 5. But don't forget to put the sign. In third quadrant only tan and cot will be positive, remaining functions will be negative, right? So in the third quadrant cos will be minus cos by 5. That's why sine also given in the question minus 3 by 5. All right, now just evaluate the expression. So 80 into tan square x minus cos x. So this will be equal to 80 into tan square x. So tan x is 3 by 4. Its square will be equal to 3 by 4 the whole square. So 3 by 4 whole square minus cos x. Cos x is minus 4 by 5. All right, so minus 4 by 5. So if I am simplifying this thing, 80 into 3 by 4 the whole square. If 3 by 4 the whole square, what I am getting? 3 by 4. 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16. minus of minus 4 by 5 will become plus 4 by 5. That's all. So this will become 80 into, if I am taking LCM, 9 5s are 45. So 45 plus 16 into 4. 16 into 4 means 16, 32, it will become 64. So 64 divided by 60 into 5, it will become 80. So thus 80 and 80 I can cancel. So we are having only 45 plus 64. That will be equal to 109. This is the answer of this question. It's very easy. We have to directly substitute the value. Tan x is 3 by 4 is given. Cos x is minus 4 by 5 also given. Just substitute the value. 80 into tan square x minus cos x, we will get the answer of this. Okay, so that's the first question. So let's go with the second and third one. Yes, so the second question, this one, it's a good question. This also, all questions are previous year JEE Mains level. Okay, so if cos of alpha plus beta equal to 3 by 5, sine of alpha minus beta is 5 by 13, then alpha and beta is belongs to pi by 4, 0 to pi by 4. Okay, then tan 2 alpha. Alpha beta belongs to pi by 4. This function will be lying on the first quadrant. Sine also, cos also, every function is lying on the first quadrant. We can identify by easily observing. Now, how to find the value of tan 2 alpha? Alright, how to find the value of tan 2 alpha? So, let's start the question. Cos of alpha plus beta given, sine of alpha minus beta also given. So, generally, the students will do what you know. They will think about the formula for tan 2 alpha. Okay, tan 2 alpha formula, 2 tan alpha divided by 1 minus tan square. Okay, so but if you are doing that thing, you won't get the value of alpha here. You won't get the value of alpha from the second expression also. So we have to think some alternate way. So here, how I am finding this tan 2 alpha, you know, this tan 2 alpha, by giving these two things, cos of alpha plus beta, sine of alpha minus beta, you have to think how tan 2 alpha will write by given expression. So here, how I am writing, you know, here I can write tan 2 alpha, that will be equal to tan of, observe the angles here, alpha plus beta and alpha minus beta. So this I can write tan of alpha plus beta plus alpha minus beta. That's nice. If you are writing like this, plus beta and minus beta will become cancelled. So it will become tan alpha plus alpha, tan 2 alpha. So basically this thing only I want to evaluate. Okay, so there is no need of finding beta and alpha separately, because we are finding the expression in terms of alpha plus beta and alpha minus beta. Alright, now cos of alpha plus beta is given. So cos of alpha plus beta given in the question, that is 3 by 5. So just draw a triangle by taking the angle as alpha plus beta. So if I am drawing a triangle, this is 90 degree. This angle I am taking alpha plus beta. It's neither alpha nor beta. It's alpha plus beta, right? So cos means we know that is adjacent by hypotenuse. So this will be 3, this will be 5, and this one will be 4. Alright. So what I want? I only want tan of alpha plus beta. Sine of alpha plus beta, nothing is required. So just evaluate the value of tan of alpha plus beta. So tan means we know tan will be equal to opposite by adjacent. Alright, so here with respect to alpha plus beta, 4 is opposite and 3 is adjacent. So tan of alpha plus beta will be equal to 4 by 3. It's easy, right? Same way, we have to evaluate the value of tan of alpha minus beta also. How we will evaluate? Because we know sine of alpha minus beta is 5 by 13. So sine of alpha minus beta is given 5 upon 13. So same way, if I am drawing a triangle by taking this angle as alpha minus beta, so this will become alpha minus beta. Sine means opposite by hypotenuse. Cos here adjacent by hypotenuse, I took 3 by 5. So in this case, sine is coming opposite by hypotenuse. So with respect to this alpha minus beta, this will become 5, and this what we are having 13. So as per Pythagoras theorem, this side will be 12. Okay, now here also we want to evaluate the value of tan of alpha minus beta. So tan of alpha minus beta, that will be equal to opposite by adjacent. So here I am getting the value 5 by 12. Why I am not concentrating about sine? Because in the first quadrant, as I told already, both alpha plus beta and alpha minus beta, everything will be, all trigonometric functions will be positive. Now we want to evaluate this thing by substituting all the values in the first equation. So basically tan 2 alpha we want to find, but tan 2 alpha I rewrote, how I rewrote this thing, tan of alpha plus beta plus alpha minus beta. All right, so this thing you have to consider as your x, and this thing you have to consider as your y. Okay, so tan of x plus y, we are having a standard formula, tan of x plus y equal to tan x plus tan y, tan x plus tan y divided by 1 minus tan x multiplied with the tan y, 1 minus tan x multiplied with tan y. So if I am substituting all these value in the given expression, what will happen? This equation will become tan of x, x is alpha plus beta. So tan of alpha plus beta plus tan of alpha minus beta whole divided by 1 minus tan of alpha plus beta into tan of alpha minus beta. Now just only required thing, what you know, just plugging the values. If we are plugging the values, that's all. So tan of alpha plus beta, what we are having, 4 by 3. So 4 by 3 plus tan of alpha minus beta, 5 by 12 divided by 1 minus 4 by 3 into 5 by 12. Just take LCM. If you are just taking LCM, that's all about it. Okay, so this will become 4 12s are 48 plus 5 3s are 15 divided by 3 12s are 36, all divided by 1 minus 4 5s are 20 divided by 36. Okay, so if I am simplifying this thing, 48 plus 15, 48, 58 plus 5, 63 divided by 36 divided by 20, 36 minus 20, it will become 16 divided by 36. All right, so this values 36 and 36 I can cancel, so I will get the final answer as 63 divided by 60. This is the value of tan 2 alpha. It's all about pure observation. You have to observe the values, just plugging, that's all. All right, so two questions we discussed about basic values. Some function is given, how to evaluate the remaining function and all. All right, now let's go to the next question. This is the third question. It's very simple if you are having, if you know one identity, okay, one relation. Okay, so this also previous year JEE Mains question. Evaluate the value of 16 into sine 20 into sine 40 into sine 80. Very nice question. 2024 paper question, this one. It's very easy. Directly we can find the value. So for solving this question, first and foremost thing, you have to know one relation. Derivation and all these things I am leaving. Just I am remembering, I am just explaining a formula. We are having one standard formula. Please keep in mind, 4 into sine theta into sine of 4 into sine theta into sine of 60 minus theta into sine of 60 plus theta. This will be equivalent to sine of 3 theta or sine 3 theta. Please keep this formula in mind. It is for JEE Mains. This question is repeating multiple times. Okay, so 4 into sine theta into sine 60 minus theta into sine 60 plus theta, that will be equivalent to sine 3 theta. Now if you are observing this question, it is given that 16 into sine 20 into sine 40 into sine 80 degrees, right? So this, if you want, you can write in 4 into 16, you can write easily 4 into 4. So 4 into, then remaining will be what we are having, 4 sine 20, then sine 40, then we are having what we are having, sine 80. All right, so if you are observing this with some standard formula, so 4 into 4 sine theta into sine 60 minus theta into sine 60 plus theta. So basically theta value here will be equal to what we are having, theta will be equal to 20. So if theta equal to 20, sine theta is sine 20. Sine 60 minus theta means sine 60 minus 20, that is sine 40. Then sine 60 plus theta means sine 60 plus 20, that is sine 80. So this will be equivalent to sine 3 theta. So 4 into 4 times sine 3 theta is coming. So 4 into, yes, sorry, 4 into sine of 4 into sin theta, sin 60 minus theta, sin 60 plus theta, that will be equal to sin 3 theta. So sin 3 into theta means here in this case it is 20 degrees. So this will be your result. So just plug the value. So 4 into sin 60. Sin 60 value we know. Sin 60 will be equal to root 3 by 2. So 4 into root 3 by 2 we are getting this 2 cancel. So we are having the answer 2 root 3. Very easy question if you know the result. Okay. So that's all about the third question. So let's all right. So let's go for the next question. Same identity. Yes. Find the value of sin 10 into sin 30 into sin 50 into sin 70. All these type of question are nothing but it's all about pure observation. So we want to evaluate the value of sin 10 into sin 30 into sin 50 into sin 50 into sin 70. All right. Okay. So here what I can write, sin 30 value already I know. If you are taking sin 30, then remaining we want to evaluate the remaining things only. So remaining we are having sin 10 into sin 50 into sin 70. Sin 70, yes. Sin 30 value that we know, sin 30 value that will be equal to 1 by 2. Then this will be equivalent to same our format. Sin theta into sin of 60 minus theta into sin of 60 plus theta. Okay, same format. So as we know 4 into sin theta into sin 60 minus theta into sin 60 plus theta, this will be equal to sin 3 theta, right? This will be equal to sin 3 theta, standard formula. But here this 4 is missing. So here only I am having sin theta into sin 60 minus theta into sin 60 plus theta. So this will be equal to nothing but 1 by 2 into 4 into sin theta into sin 60 minus theta into sin 60 plus theta is sin 3 theta. So sin theta into sin 60 minus theta into sin 60 plus theta will be equivalent to sin 3 theta divided by 4. So theta will be equal to here 10 when I am observing with the standard equation. So this will become 1 by 2 into sin 30 divided by 4. Sin 30 divided by 4, because 3 into 10, 30. So sin 30 value we know 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 into sin 30, 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 divided by 4 will come. So 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 divided by 4, what we are having, this will be equal to 1 by 2 into 1 by 8. So the result is nothing but it's 1 by 16. Option D is the correct answer. Same thing, same identity, same relation. That's all. Okay. So let's go for the one more question, but this question I am not solving. This completely I am giving to you. Given that cot alpha is 1, sec beta is minus pi by 3, alpha and beta is lying some intervals they are given. You have to evaluate the value of tan of alpha plus beta, and alpha plus beta is lying on which quadrant. It's all about, we discuss the second and first question in the same format. So let's solve the question and put your answers in comment section. Okay. So thank you everyone for watching Unique World Education UAE YouTube classes. That's all about today.